Hi, good evening. Welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori, and today we have a pick a card that I'm sure you're excited about. Psych, no one's excited about this, but it was put upon my heart that there are possibly some of us who need to deal with some anger issues, and I know that's something that is absolutely affected by that inner child and the wounds, the sensitivities within us that we probably have not been able to be awakened to. So today, our pick-a-pile is, are you angry? And if so, why? And how can we resolve the anger within? What's the first step we can take to get some type of resolution to our anger issues? So pile number 1 is the purple flower here, and pile number 2 is the red rose here. Take a moment, take a few deep breaths, just relax your energy. Imagine yourself at the beach, walking towards the ocean. As you're walking towards the ocean, one of these piles are drawing you in. Which one is it? Don't overthink it. That's something that we do when we are learning to trust our intuition, is we overthink things. Don't overthink it. Whichever pile you're drawn to, pile number 1 or pile number 2, feel free to go ahead and select it. I'll give you a moment to think, and then we'll jump right in to pile number 1. Alrighty, pile number 1. Let's see what you have in store. Let's move pile number 2 out the way. So first off, you picked this lovely purple flower. This is giving me prickly vibes. So maybe you're angry because you've been stabbed one too many times. Could have been other individuals stabbing you in the back. Could have been someone close to you. Maybe you feel like you constantly have to fight, like you're in a war. This is definitely giving me like prickly vibes, like people are constantly coming after you to claw you, like, "Urgh." Maybe you're not that way. Maybe you're more chill and relaxed, but you feel like other people constantly push you to this place. So let's look at your cards and see what they say. Place that right there. Alrighty, so your first card is Magic, Release, and the Fish. So you could absolutely be a Pisces. If so, that's very challenging. It's very challenging. I myself am a Pisces, so I can relate to this energy. But this is definitely gone along with what I was feeling initially. A fish is constantly in a race. Fish are constantly moving around, constantly going in various directions. And the reason why is because there's a predator out to get them, right? Fish don't have peace, I don't think. I don't know where a fish could go to have peace unless they hide under a rock or something like that. So I'm definitely getting that you potentially feel like you're constantly being bogged down by things and people that frustrate you, and it could be because of the magic within you. Honestly, you could have so much power within you, so much authority, so much responsibility, and also so much I'm just getting like strength, like power, like you have so much, like a force to be reckoned with. Like there's such a strong force to this energy, a strong inner child, like a strong person. You probably have been through a lot. And because of that, I feel like you're constantly being attacked by other things. That's possibly how you feel too. You probably feel like you're constantly being attacked by other things. The reality of it is that we're usually not being attacked constantly. It's just that we can tend to put ourselves in this state of feeling a falling victim, feeling like a victim, feeling like, woe is me type of mentality. And it's because there's no way for you to release is how you feel. I'm getting that you feel like you're so bogged down because of the power that you have within you. Like I said, the strength that you have within you. There's so much that you feel like other people are constantly nagging at you, and you are holding that all in. You're holding all of that anger within you, and that's why you're angry. It's like, I'm not really that way. That's what I'm getting. Like, I'm not really rude. I'm not really mean. I'm not really angry. But because you guys are constantly coming for me, I have to be this way. And you've been holding all of that in, potentially your whole life, possibly your whole childhood and into adulthood. Someone watching this could be a teenager. I hope if you're a teenager, you've gotten your parents' permission to watch this, but I'm feeling and seeing like a teenage child who is like, Godly, why is everything around me always going wrong? Why is everything against me? And I'm here to let you know it's not. It definitely feels that way for a lot of us. I can relate to that, but everything is not against you. And I can guarantee when I pull the other cards here to get clarification on all of this, the cards are going to show you're not alone. God is absolutely with you. You're never alone. You're never alone. But it can feel like that. Sometimes the challenges of life can weigh on us so strong, and they can be so heavy, such a heavy burden for us to carry, that we can feel like we're doing this alone, like everything is against us, like we can't get anywhere. It's like there's this magic within you that could be waiting to be released too, and it's possibly being held back because you're unable to release the pain, the frustration, the irritation. I'm feeling anxiety in this pile. Not so much depression, but more so anxiety, just constantly anxious, feeling like you gotta go, 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 like a fast moving fish who's constantly on a go, 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 go. I have to just get out of here. I have to keep doing this. I have all these responsibilities. There's all this stuff. When am I gonna get a break? And in this release card, if you'll notice in the very back, which I've never noticed this, but in the very back here, there's almost like a spaceship, but it's the sunlight, and the sun is just waiting to come through. But unfortunately, the sun can't shine until you're able to release the dead things in your life that are not serving you. This anger, this frustration, the irritation, the anxiety, that's not serving you. It's not helping you to get anywhere. All it's doing is bogging you down, really. It's just stressing you out and making everything worse for you. So if you could release the dead things in your life, that may be people, places, things, situations, just taking on extra things in life, right? For example, if you're an adult, you probably need to work. Most of us adults work, right? So you probably need to work so that you can provide for your family, yourself, so that you can make sure that you have a place to stay and food to eat, a car to drive, or some type of mode of transportation. But you don't have to take on extra things. How can you simplify your life? You don't have to party. You don't have to hang out with your friends every weekend. You don't have to be obligated to go to family events. You don't have to obligate yourself to do things that are adding stress to your life. So for example, say you're getting together with your family and you guys are going to barbecue. Okay, it's springtime. People are wanting to get outside. Say, for example, you want to barbecue. Instead of taking on the entire menu of side dishes, like, oh, I'm gonna make the mac and cheese, I'm gonna make the potato salad, I'm gonna make the dessert, I'm gonna make the salads, I'm gonna make a fruit salad, I'm gonna do this, and that. Instead of taking on everything, why don't you lighten your load a little bit? Be a little more free-flowing. That's also something that I'm picking up on, is that there's a possibility that you may not be as easygoing as you think you are, or maybe even as you'd like to be. And that could prevent you from being free to release these things because you have some, I'm getting control issues possibly here that are preventing you from just going with the flow. Fish just go with the flow. They just go with the water. They're not like, oh, I'm about to go over here. No, they're like, oh, the water's swinging this way. Let's go. So maybe you need to learn to release the need to control and just go with the flow. There's absolutely some magic within you. But let's pull some cards and try to get some clarification. Holy Spirit, please give me advice for pile number 1. Show me why they're angry. Validate this for us, please, Holy Spirit. I'll take cards. Okay. Why is pile number 1 angry? Why is pile number 1 angry? I'll flip all the cards once they come out. I don't read reversals. To me, energy cannot be reversed. The energy is what it is. It's either positive, negative, however you want to view it. We have to embrace the things that we could look at as being negative in order to be able to get to the positive. So I am all for cards coming out that may be looked at as being negative, because that allows us to get to the positives. I'm going to just reposition these things. I want to make sure you can see all the cards. If you notice at the bottom of the deck, there is a 9 of Swords. That's a card of anxiety. That's a card of sleepless nights, feeling like you have so much to do that you can't catch a break. That's that 9 of Swords. The good news is that that's typically in your brain. 9s are about endings, so that means that you're on your way to a new beginning, and we'll confirm what you can do once we get through with the first set here. So with the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, the past, the Ace of Cups, and the 4 of Wands, I'm definitely getting that there's potentially something in your past that came through. It swept you off your feet or threw you for a loop, blindsided you, that potentially caused you to have some anger, frustration, and aggression here. It's almost as if you're waiting, like you're like, when am I gonna catch a break? But what you're probably not paying attention to is the fact that you are keeping this. The 8 of Wands is also, to me, a card of anxiety. And the reason why is because everything is moving so fast. Everything is moving so fast with the 8 of Wands. And it is movement forward, but it's fast movement forward. With the past here, I'm also being called to this grave being digged. There's a shovel here. Someone's digging something up. So there's something in your past, hence the graveyard here, validating one another. There's something in your past that you need to dig up with the shovel. It has to do with your heart for sure. Maybe you received a message that broke your heart. Could potentially have had something to do with a situation that you were supposed to be stable in. This is a relationship, a family dynamic, something like that. But I'm definitely seeing that something in your past has caused heartbreak, and that heartbreak, this bottle is not moving anywhere. It's hanging out in the ocean, but it's not moving. It's not going anywhere. It's not making any progress. It could move, but it's not actually going anywhere. I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, but stressing is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. And that's exactly what I'm getting with this, with the Ace of Cups here, is that there's something, like I said, a message. I'm getting a message that was traumatizing to you. It was very stressful for you. You received this terrible news, this message in a bottle. Like all of a sudden you get this terrible news and you're like, okay, what am I supposed to do with all of this? What am I supposed to do? So whatever that heartbreak is, whatever that thing from the past, could have something to do with your family too here with the DNA. But whatever that heartbreak is, that message from the past that came in, that traumatized you, that's the reason why you're angry. And you're waiting for this to be resolved. But you could also too be keeping yourself back. And by that, I mean, you could be looking back to the past so much that it's preventing you from moving forward. And it's probably because there's some anxiety around it, right? Typically, when we go through traumatic experiences, we don't want to go through them again. And because of that, we kind of get stuck there, like, hey, I don't want to go through this again, so how can I handle this? How can I prevent this from happening in the future? That'll give you anxiety. That'll also allow you to not be able to move upstream as a fish flow, but would cause you to go backwards. So something from your past caused your heart to break. This is typical. It happens. Life throws us curveballs. We just have to know how to handle them. Yeah, definitely getting something to do with love. The Lovers is underneath the Nine of Swords. Maybe you were abandoned. There's a Five of Pentacles here too. So maybe someone abandoned you. Maybe you thought you were going to get married and live a happily ever after with someone, and instead they abandoned you. That's definitely a possibility here. I'm definitely seeing that. So although this is present, there is, remind yourself of the positives, the good things. There is magic within you. There's a light within you. There's something within you. It's that, probably that inner child that's screaming and saying, hey, I'm going to be free from this. And when I'm free from this, magic is going to happen. Magic is going to happen and come out of me. You don't go through heartache and pain to keep it to yourself and to reserve it for your own knowledge. Typically, when you go through something crazy, chaotic, and hurtful, it's so that you can benefit the rest of the society, benefit the collective, the world around you. So let's look and see, how can pile number one get over this? I hate to say get over it like this, but that's really what we're looking for if we're honest. We just want to know how to get over it, especially when you're dealing with this energy. You're tired of this. You don't want to sit in this anymore. You just want to know how to get over it. Like, how do I get over this? Okay? Please don't tell me anything other than how to fix this crap, because at this point it's annoying to you. You're sick of it and you want to release. You're asking for help. That's why you're here today. And help is here. Help is present. Help is present. One more card, please, Holy Spirit. Okay. Oh, I'm getting lots of like downloads already. Let me just shift these up. You guys forgive me because I'm always playing around with the cards, but I want to make sure that you can see them all, because what's the point if you don't know what's going on, right? All right. So let's see if that works. And I am kind of an OCD crazy nurse here, so okay. Wow. So this is absolutely validating what we were just chatting about. The Ace of Cups and the Three of Swords. Absolutely. Someone broke your heart. Freaking jerks. God, why are people so rude? That just drives me nuts. It's like, really, if you want to go around breaking people's hearts, just be single, or just don't even, you know, try to invite anyone else into your space. But unfortunately, we don't have control over what anybody else does, right? The only thing we can control is what we do with what's been done to us. So we're going to turn this around and make this into something magical. Remember, there's magic within you. So with Judgment here, you're being called to come out of this. So what you can do is rise above this situation. I love this Judgment card. Judgment is all about God calling you out, saying, hey, I'm knocking on your door. Are you going to answer? So right now in this moment, you're being called to slowly work your way out of the stress, the anxiety. You have the Knight of Pentacles here, the Seven of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the King of Swords. I'm sorry, I forgot to give you that. And the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So you're being called to slowly pull yourself out of the anxiety, the stress, feeling like you have to run from the past, like you have to hide, like you have something that you have to prove to someone because of what they've done to you. Release that pain, release the anxiety, release the frustration. Clearly see things for what they were. So for example, if someone broke your heart, it can't be about that other person the entire time. So this whole situation can't be about them. There was something that you did in this situation, not to cause it. I'm not insinuating that at all. But there was something that you could have seen or done differently. What you do is you take that previous situation and you say, hey, you know what? I see clearly what I should have been paying attention to back then. I see that now. So now moving forward, I won't make the same mistakes. If you didn't go through that situation, you wouldn't know what you know today. So there's no way that you can hold yourself accountable for something in the past when you didn't know what you know today. It just doesn't make any sense if you logically think about it. Like, dang, I didn't even know that. So how could I hold myself accountable to that when I wasn't even privy to that information? You now know. Now you see things clearly. So moving forward, think less with your emotions. Balance that out with some logic. Balance out, okay, what am I looking for? What does stability look like to me? What do I desire? What's important to me? And this does not have to be about a love relationship, but I'm definitely getting that. If it's not, it could be someone in your family. Okay, my sister did this, and that to me. That was so rude of her. That was scandalous. So how can I make sure that moving forward, when I am in this situation similar with her, I can react and respond and create those appropriate boundaries so that I'm not put in the same position again? You definitely feel like people are stabbing you in the back all the time, like you can't catch a break. But the goal today is to release that. There's something very stable about you, very stable. The Queen of Pentacles, I love her because she's extremely confident. She's not confident in just what she has. She's confident in who she is. She's stable. She's grounded. She's balanced. She gives life to things. When something wrongs her, she says, okay, I learned my lesson. I'm moving on. And I will not make the same mistake again. Be that. Give yourself grace. I was getting that earlier in this too. The Seven of Pentacles, give yourself grace. Like I said, you didn't know then what you know now. So you have to allow yourself to grow and to mature into things and not hold yourself accountable back then for what you didn't know back then. You got to allow the grace to be able to say, okay, I now know this. I now have an understanding of this. I'm going to release my anxiety. I'm going to allow things to flow. And I'm going to trust that God has something great in store for me. It doesn't have to be another relationship, because the Queen of Pentacles, she's good. She's good on her own. She's good on her own. She's stable in every aspect of her life. She's balanced. She's content. She's not sitting back like, oh, when am I going to get another man? When am I going to get another chick? Like, no, she's like, you know what? I have everything I need around me. The reason why is because the earth supplies, God supplies everything that you need. So give yourself a break. Give yourself some grace. Slowly, Seven of Pentacles is a slow energy. Slowly release the need to have all the answers, to figure it out right now. I'm getting to just learn how to be in the present. Learn how to be in the present so that that magic within you can burst out. That magic is going to cut all these strings from the heart. All the strings that you feel are tied to you, like wrapped around you, strangling you from being able to move forward with life. Those are going to be cut one at a time. Let me show you this closer. One at a time as you release the anxiety that's burdening you down, that's holding you hostage and preventing you from being able to be free from what someone else caused to you. The anger will go away when you're able to love yourself more. The anger will go away when you smell the roses. The anger is going to go away when you release the need to control, have all the answers, when you stop putting yourself down because of the mistakes that you made in the past, because you weren't able to see clearly then. Be wise like this owl here. Wise, poised, be confident like the King of Swords. knowing and trusting your own knowledge. When you do that, the magic within is going to burst out, and the whole world's going to benefit from what you've gone through. This pain, this trauma is not for any reason. The anger is there to push you into this stability. All right, let's get some final advice for you. Holy Spirit, what does pile number 1 need? I almost forgot to do this. What does pile number 1 need to know? These are some of my favorite cards. I actually use them for myself often. Alrighty. Trust. So I'm going to read this to you, and then I'll pull one more. Trust. When love is invited to take over, right actions arise at the right time. Allow me, dear divine, to wait patiently until the timing is right. Let me rest in the unknown until a clear path is shown. That goes along with trying to figure everything out and having all the answers. Just trust. I'll leave that there for a second so you can screenshot it. Trust that God has everything in control, and that in divine timing, things will happen as they're supposed to. That's beautiful. I love that. I love that. That card is beautiful too. And that blue is just speaking to your throat, just allowing yourself to be true to yourself, your throat chakra, allowing it to be and to speak directly to you. Alrighty. This one is send out help to others. This is reminding me of the fact that you have magic within. You have magic within, and there's something for you to send out to the rest of the world, which will help them in turn. You have lots of blue and green energy here. I'm not sure if you're seeing this. Lots of blue, lots of green. This is all about your heart, just opening up your heart. It's also about your throat chakra, allowing God to speak to you, your intuition, and trusting that you'll know how to react the next time something like this comes your way. When you get angry or you think about getting angry, remind yourself that that anger is something that needs to be deaded. That anger is preventing you from being able to allow the magic within to come out. You are the Queen of Pentacles. I don't care if you're a male or a female. You're the Queen of Pentacles. Stability, grounded is what's needed in order for that anger to be released. Go outside, put your feet in some grass, go run in a flower field, go to a forest, go to the ocean, wherever you can to be outdoors. Go there so that you can be free from all the things that are holding you back. I hope this message served you well. If it did, give me a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm so thankful for you. I love this story. It's absolutely beautiful. And I'm just trusting that all of that magic is going to come out, and that you too may even be on YouTube sharing your story with the rest of the world. May God bless you. Have a great day, pile number 1. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. If you pick this red rose, this is the reason why you are angry, my friend. Are you angry? I don't know. You might not be. I'm getting the vibes of someone who has had their heart just shattered. Like maybe something you thought was going to live on forever has passed away or transitioned. So let's take a look. This could be a person. You know, a lot of times if somebody passes away physically, a family member, that can be very, 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 very traumatizing. So let's just look at the energy and see what we get. The bee. So you have the bee, consciousness, and enlightenment. So the bee is air energy. The bee is constantly moving. This bee is almost as if it's caught in a vortex. So there could be something going on within you to where you feel like you're trapped in a vortex, like you're trapped in this never-ending circle. Like there's tons of circles being shown to me right now. A circle in every picture, including this sun here. And it's almost as if you feel trapped. You feel trapped within. There's something that's keeping you entrapped. And you've been trying to be enlightened about what that is, but maybe feeling like you're not getting anywhere. This consciousness card is just telling me that there's something within you, the depths of who you are, that is potentially being hidden, or it's what's keeping you trapped. Also with this bee here, I'm getting like this energy of, I don't even know why this is coming up, but it is, so I'm going to say it. But I'm getting this energy of like you feeling like you're like spraying to keep people away from you. Like, I got to keep people away from me. I don't want anybody in my circle. And typically when we're that way, it's because we've been hurt and we feel like we can't trust people. There could also be a fear here too that if I let anybody close to me, then they're gonna transition. Something's gonna happen to them. Maybe you feel like people in your life have vanished or left you. I'm getting like 5 of Pentacles energy here, where maybe you feel deserted by the people who were supposed to love you. I'm also getting like this feeling of loneliness. Like maybe you feel alone and isolated within the world. But with the consciousness card here, this could potentially just be in your mind. And maybe you need to be enlightened to the fact that God is with you, that you are loved, and that you have a crew of people that are supporting you. I support you. I love you. I hope and pray that you are able to, you know, to overcome everything that comes your way, that you don't feel alone and isolated, because honestly, that's never true. We're never alone. We're never alone. Bees usually work in teams. This bee is alone. He's isolated. And like I said, I'm getting like this spraying, like bees don't even spray, but I'm getting like a venom spraying to keep everybody out of my bubble, to keep people away from me. And it's almost as if that has over time progressed. Probably that little child within you was hurt by something that happened when you were younger, or by someone when you were younger. And because of that offense, you felt like you had to keep people out and away from you. You couldn't let anybody get too close. And over time, that's just grown into this bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger circle, to where you've closed yourself off more and more and not allowed anybody into your circle. Let's look at the tarot cards and see what they have to say. Holy Spirit, for pile number 2, why is pile number 2 angry? We're going to look at why first, and then we'll give you some type of resolution, because I know for me, I'm always like, don't give me the why and not tell me how to fix this, because I don't care if I can't fix it. It's just my personality, though. Pile number 2, please, Holy Spirit. Divine God, speak clear messages. Are you a worker bee? I was getting that earlier too, that you may potentially be a worker bee. Maybe your distraction is work. That happens too. We can sometimes distract ourselves with work. Do you feel like your family has breadcrumbed you or not given you what you needed? So I'm getting too that it could have potentially been like a father figure for you. I don't know why I'm getting like a pastor too, like a pastor or somebody who violated you. I do have to apologize because I'm very honest, and sometimes it can come across as just being very straightforward and direct, and I don't want to offend anyone. I do want to tell you the truth, and the reason why I want to tell you the truth is because with that enlightenment, it's going to bring healing. When we pull these other cards out, I can guarantee you that there's something healing and practical that you can do to walk away from this reading feeling energized, refreshed, and capable, honestly. Capable. I'm getting So let me tell you the cards first, because I always forget to tell you guys this. But with the Emperor, the Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles, I'm getting that potentially someone, a father figure or a male figure, you could have even worked with someone, they could have violated you and made you feel like you need to block everybody out. This could potentially be about love, but I'm honestly not getting that. I know the Two of Cups is at the center of the reading here, but I'm not getting that this is about necessarily a romantic relationship, but more so of someone who was supposed to provide stability in your life, or someone that you look to or at as a like, what's the best word, like a hierarchy, or like someone like I said, like I'm getting like a pastor, a father, a grandfather, an uncle, something like that, like someone who you would typically respect and honor. It's as if they were the ones who violated you to make you create this barrier, protective barrier. This is all about how you have created this idea that you need to protect yourself, and it's absolutely created an imbalance in your life. But it's because you felt like, God, like, how am I gonna ever trust people again? How am I gonna ever trust people again? And it's almost as if you've planted little seeds, like maybe you've tried to allow people into your circle. Maybe you've allowed people to come in, but just felt like you can't really find balance in that. Like, how do I let someone in, but also protect myself from getting hurt again? How do I play chess, right? It's like playing chess. Like, how do I do this? I don't know how to play chess. Maybe you do. But it's like, how do I play chess with life, allow someone into my space, but not get messed over? And that's the root of your anger, is that you feel like you have to protect yourself. Like, why can't I be like this little kid who's able to go before God and before people and be free? Like, why can't I be that? Why do I have to be so withdrawn? Why do I have to be so withdrawn? Why do I have to close out my emotions? Why am I unable to express my feelings and what's really going on with my heart? Is because someone has violated you and you feel like you need to protect yourself from everyone. I do think that you have tried to put in some work, but I just think that you feel like it's not gotten you anywhere. I feel like you think that, God, if I'm trying to, I can try to interlink with someone else, but I'm never getting what I'm giving. And then that makes you withdraw. So then now you're withdrawing because you're not able to trust that people are going to give you what you desire in return. And that's because of this individual right here, this emperor, whoever they may be. They violated you in some way, shape, or form. And I don't know how, but you do. And it's almost like it sent you into this vortex of like godly, like almost, I'm getting like a spiraling downhill from that point on. And I can see you trying to stay afloat. I definitely see the attempts at trying to find balance. But I'm getting this feeling of like being swayed, like to and fro. Like you could be like, you could feel like you got it together one day, or like you're doing better one day, and then the next day you're like, oh heck no, now I'm downhill again. I didn't even make any progress. And it's because whatever this violation was, it was really devastating, really devastating, really devastating. And especially to a child, something that should never, ever be done. And it's going to take a lot of work for you to come out of it. But with the Eight of Pentacles here is showing that if you put in the work, then God will restore everything back to you with the Two of Pentacles. Now, the Two of Pentacles, a lot of people look at that as a romantic relationship, and it can symbolize that. But in this situation, and for myself, when I look at the Two of Pentacles, I think about your relationship with yourself and your relationship with God. You should be able to look at yourself and provide yourself everything that you desire for someone else to give you. So in this example here, if you're pouring into yourself, then you're going to receive that same thing back. That's the work. That's the hard work that has to be put into this. When you're working on healing, when you're working on recovering from traumatic things that somebody else has done to you or that you've even done to yourself, it requires the Eight of Pentacles. It also requires the Seven of Pentacles, where you have to have the patience and the tenacity to say, I don't care, come hell or high water, I'm not going to allow this to destroy me, because I know that this Two of Cups, that balance with myself, and that the feeling of being able to meet someone, whether it's yourself or God, look them directly in the face and bear all, knowing that you're going to be received and given love in return, is the most amazing thing. It's going to require work, help. For some reason, I'm getting that it's possible that gardening could be beneficial to you. Then maybe if you get out in the world and, you know, in your backyard, if you have an apartment complex, go on your porch, you know, your condo porch, and just create an urban garden. I'm getting that gardening could potentially give you so much relief from this. And it's just because you're connecting yourself to your own desires, to your own passions, to the things that you love. I'm also seeing like cooking, and that maybe cooking will allow you to be able to sit in peace and quiet to replenish yourself. Let's see what advice the Holy Spirit has for you. How can pile number 2 overcome and heal from this pain? This is beautiful, though. I mean, I think your energy, I'm not sure how you feel about it, but I don't think this is terrible. I think you need to give yourself grace, and I think you just need to allow yourself over time to come out of that little cave that you've put yourself in, that little bubble. I definitely think you have support around you. I don't know, you could be angry with God because this happened to you, which is completely understandable. That happens with a lot of us. We get angry with God, like, why would you allow this to happen, right? Like, why would you allow this to happen? But the thing is that it's not God that allows bad things to happen. It's people. It's people. Definitely people. Holy Spirit, please clarify. All right, and one more. You seem to be highly intuitive, though. I will tell you that. I think you have a lot of intuition and inner guidance. You probably feel that tugging from the Holy Spirit, like, hey, come on, girl. Hey, bro, let's get this together. Let's get this together. And maybe the resistance is in the fact that you feel like you're going to lose control if you give in. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Maybe you feel like, oh, if I do that, I'm going to give in. I don't know if you noticed how long it took for those cards to get out. You could have some deep fears around being abandoned as well. I'm going to try to move all of these up so you can see them. And that's rooted from your childhood, as we talked about. Yeah, I love this. I love this. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for validating and confirming these things. So, absolutely, a male figure. Your father, pastor, uncle, someone could have been a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces that offended you. I'm so sorry. That's just devastating. I'm getting this really like overwhelming energy of someone just being so violated and just like in disbelief, and maybe having to deal with it over a long period of time too. So how can you resolve this heavy energy? We have the Six of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Coins, which is the Nine of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Lovers. So this is confirming and validating what I was just talking about. You have so much beauty in who you are as a person. Like, there's so much amazing, fantastic energy. This has actually made you really, really strong, but you probably don't see it yet. You probably don't even realize the strength that you have. What's happened, and what happens with most of us, is we go through so much that we forget the strength that we possess to be able to overcome those things. So if someone says, oh man, you tell someone your story and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you went through that. And you're like, yes, whatever. Like, it's nothing. Stop for a second. The Nine of Pentacles is giving me this energy. Stop for a second and smell the roses. Look at the progress that you've already made. Look at the work that you've put into this. Look at how much of your past you've been able to push through. This Eight of Wands is giving you that push energy. Look at how much you've been able to push through. You're intuitively guided, and you've been being intuitively guided and been given downloads. You have this wisdom within you, this inner knowing that the way to overcome this anger is to fall in love with yourself. The way to overcome this anger is to pour into you what you wish somebody would pour into you. When you start pouring into, like I mentioned here with this Two of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles is right under this, is validating, confirming. When you start pouring into yourself, you're going to equally receive. And as you equally receive, then you're going to allow the walls to be broken down. It's going to kind of trickle away like this. Like, oh, okay, I can let someone in. Because what you're going to do is you're going to have appropriate boundaries. You're going to be able to say, this is what I will allow in, and this is what I won't allow in. This is what is acceptable. Excuse me, this is what isn't acceptable. This is what matches me, and this is what doesn't. You're going to be able to put the pieces of the puzzle together. All those fears, the anxiety, the frustration that comes out and feeling like you can't allow the right person in because they keep doing you dirty, it's going to vanish when you learn to trust yourself. Trust what's in you, the intuition, the inner you. Trust that that's correct and being given to you. And then when you fall in love with yourself, you're going to light a fire under your own butt. The fire is going to be lit under your own butt. You're going to be like, I don't even need what I thought I needed. I can do this by myself. I'm the ish. But it's just going to take you unpacking all of those things from the past. I'm getting that with this Six of Cups. Unpacking that past and saying, so when you're gardening, okay, what happened back then? Wow, that was painful. And just sit in it. Like this clock here, just take the time to just sit in each and every one of those little things that occurred. Not little, but I'm saying like put them in a box. Okay, say for example, someone vanished and left your whole family. Your dad left your family when you were younger. Let's just use it as an example. Dad left your family. Mom was left alone to raise you as a single parent. So now you can't trust men. Take that, put that in a box, and work through it. Pull the little trinkets out. Okay, what did that do to me? How did that affect my behavior towards men? How does that make me look at men? Do I think all men are the same? Or am I able to separate them? Oh, what if somebody looks like my dad? Is that going to remind me of a man who did me wrong? Unpack that box. Then take the next challenge of being a child and feeling abandoned and feeling like you have to protect yourself and keep yourself isolated from people, and unpack that. Unpack that. So put these things in boxes and unpack them one at a time until you feel like you've got some resolution in regards to a better understanding of why those things happened. Your self-confidence, you building yourself up, you becoming one with yourself and with God. We have 4 cards actually validating that. That's gonna heal and resolve your anger. Let's get a couple of more messages from the Holy Spirit for pile number 2. What is it that they need to know? Pile number 2. What is it that they need to know? Okay. I guess you need 2 cards. Yeah, look at the bottom of the deck. I can't make this up. Loneliness. When you stop fearing your aloneness, you stop settling for less than you deserve. May you embrace and love your solitude. And that's when kindred spirits can finally come. This is awesome. I love the Holy Spirit. He's so freaking amazing. Like, look at this clarification. Direction. Lord, please show me the right action right now. Please bring a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. Right here. the High Priestess. Don't ignore when your intuition and the Holy Spirit is speaking to you. And if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, please stop me. Trust that. Trust that you have the intuition and the guidance. You've been enlightened to this, right? So you're aware that if something wrong is coming into your life, you're going to head in the opposite direction. You're going to head in the opposite direction. And lastly, this is all about your confidence. Don't you just love how the Holy Spirit just confirms all of this? This is about your confidence. Divine confidence is completely different from the bravado or the ego. Let me read that again. Divine confidence is completely different from the bravado of the ego. You make space for something larger to take hold. Please fill me with your confidence, O love. Grant me courage I never knew I had. Be confident in who you are. Confident in what God has given you. He's given you the ability. You have so much power here. Look at this. The 9 of coins. So the 9 of pentacles, the 8 of pentacles, the 2 of cups, the High Priestess, the lovers, the bee. So many beautiful energies here. The 7 of pentacles, that's a beautiful energy. The 6 of pentacles, the desire to have reciprocation. You want things to be reciprocated to you so that you can come out of this. But you also have the patience and the tenacity to make it happen. Be confident. Be aware of your loneliness. Understanding you're never, ever, ever alone. This is amazing. This is amazing. When you build yourself up, build your confidence up, you're going to realize that anger is going to dissipate. It's going to take time. It's going to slowly just fade out of your life. You're going to put in the work. You're going to put in the work and it's going to happen. True love can never really be lost. Wow. True love can never really be lost. So all those things that you feel you may have lost out on, or you may feel like you're not getting the opportunity or the chance to be able to participate in true love, those things are coming your way. But first, you have to love yourself. First, learn to give to yourself, to feed to yourself, to grow your own vineyard. Build yourself up, and then everything else will fall into place. Look at the bottom of the deck. Listen to the voice within when it persists. Again, validating that the Holy Spirit is speaking to you. You just have to be able to accept that that's what it is, and trust that it's you. Trust that it's right. Trust yourself. All right, pile number 2, I hope this helped. I'm looking forward to hearing your stories. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if this message resonated from you. I love hearing your stories and what's going on, and I definitely love to hear that this resonates. Thank you so much, and I hope you'll join me along this journey of healing that inner child and releasing those fears, the anger. If you have any readings you'd like me to do, drop them in the comment below. Alrighty, thanks so much. Have a good night. Bye.